Hot RF Nights has become a yearly event with the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club, exhibiting the time-honored tradition among hams to take their shacks out onto the road and into the field, both for fun and in the service of our communities. This year's event included the offering of ice cream floats, which were a big hit on this summer's day. Jim, WA8 MPA, set up an impressive assortment of ham-related items for sale, including a touch-it-take-it table with stuff for free. Limit 2 items, please. These items have been recently donated to the club from Area Silent Keys. Greg, KO68, showed up his sports car, which has a Yaesu FT818 and Raspberry Pi running APRS. He set up an external monitor that displays what is normally visible on the small in-dash display so that everyone could see it without climbing into the car. And here we have an interesting setup with a Jeep pulling a small trailer that hosts a comfortable canopy, table for the radio, and even a pull-out refrigerator. What more could you possibly want?
I'm a little hot right now, hasn't quite cooled down yet, but we're getting set up with the Verizon Wireless LTE booster.
So what are you doing up there with it?
Setting it up, getting it all dialed in.
You got it aimed right?
What's that? I think so. Look and see. We got 3 bars, which bars doesn't tell you much, but
let's see.
Good signal to noise ratio.
Show the camera.
See right here. So that's how I'm magically setting it. Is nothing too crazy. I didn't map out where the tower was. I'm just spinning it until I like the signal path that I've got.
Okay, and the solar panels for show, is that gonna?
No, it's actually backfeeding the system.
Okay.
There's a Victron 20 amp controller under the seat that keeps that backfills everything. The DC outlet here in the bed is actually powered by the Victron, so it's going to power itself by solar, fail over to battery when needed. So technically, I'm going green right now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And that 20 amp controller, they get a little warm when they're charging.
Yeah, so, a little warm.
Good for the winter time when you're sitting there.
I'm getting about 110 watts right now, so
nice.
Not full capacity. It's a full 20 amps, so I'm probably, I think current-wise, somewhere about 50%, 60%. So okay. Not bad.
Yeah.
Excited about this event. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You got it. Yeah, water does sound
okay,
good.
So here's under his seat. He's got the charge controller. That'd be right there. And fuses with circuit breakers on them. And wiring. Why do they call it wireless, right? Okay, what do we got here?
So I got my portable, what I use for my POTAs. I don't do it in my Jeep, I do it in my RV.
Gotta look at the sign here.
Yep,
we got a POTA sign. Parks on the Air, official. W1ATB.
Yep.
Looks good. You are packed to the gills with stuff in here.
Yeah, like I said, I usually do this out of my RV, but anyone's gonna bring the RV up here, so.
Okay. So we're powered by a Jackery.
Jackery's running my Starlink, so I also have Starlink running.
See if I can get that on the camera here.
It's all up on top, so anybody here needs to use internet, we got internet.
That's handy.
And then this is actually running off of one of those power boxes. It's a 15 amp.
So we got a power box on the ground.
Yeah.
Official PowerWorks. Looks like.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat little battery box.
Okay.
Gauges and stuff. I got a Yaesu FTDX10 radio and an LDG tuner.
Good.
My laptop, obviously.
Yeah, we got
digital stuff.
And a little vertical on a stand.
That's a super antenna.
What is super about it?
Well, that's the name of the company.
Oh, okay.
And it does anywhere from I believe it's 6 all the way up to 80, depending. You have to adjust this coil here.
Oh, so it's like what are those?
It's a kit. It's really pretty slick.
Like the big bug catcher things they put on back of pickup trucks, right?
Yeah. So it's got all these different accessories. You can configure it.
Oh,
for
good
different
Lord!
Things. This is you want to do 80 meters.
So you don't tune it. You replace the coil with a different.
Well, no, yeah. Well, that's if you go to 80. This does everything up to 80. You use this little meter, this little gauge.
Oh, I see.
Adjust it.
So
kind of get it ballpark.
Just a ruler, basically. That's it.
Yeah, and then I have an analyzer that I stick on there to get it where I want it to be. So otherwise, it takes forever.
Okay.
So I use this some places, and I have an end fed that I use a lot of places because that's really simple to use.
How much power do you run?
Typically, I try to keep it under 30. It just depends.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll hear one, you can't quite hit it, and you crank it up a little bit.
But
it really drains the battery if I pump it up very much.
Yeah,
so.
and you need the tuner even with the antenna being adjusted?
Well, if you can get it within 3 to 1, you don't need it. So.
Tuner is more just for insurance.
Yeah. I like this with the end-fed. And I can throw it up in a tree or something, and then when I change bands, I can tune it real quick.
Okay, yeah, we don't have any trees here to...
Nah.
I guess we could have, but that's too much work.
Nah, this one's cooler to look at.
Yeah, really.
I don't have the... I'm not going to transmit tonight, so I don't have the counterpoises on.
Oh, okay. So it works even at that low elevation. It's on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, very good.
It works pretty well. It's a little close to the vehicle, but...
So what's your official standing for Parks on the Air in terms of... Do you just do it for fun, or you collecting points? Okay.
It's for fun. I'm more of a hunter because you got to go to a park to be an activator, but I've done like 5 different parks.
Okay.
So I didn't do Yellowstone. I was there. I didn't do it. I didn't have time. It was raining too much. But I did Yosemite, Donner National Park. I've done a bunch of them.
So do you do soda as well?
I haven't done that yet because that requires a lot more hiking. Yeah,
well, yes.
Not really a hiking.
That's true. You've got that's a little bit much to hike up with.
As I can get there in my Jeep or my RV, we're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Typically, what happens is the wife and I will. She knows I like to do the radio stuff, so she likes to go RV. So we'll pick some. We try to hit a different park each time. Do that. So
very good.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So what are we looking at here?
This is known as a compact rapid deployable.
Compact rapid deployable.
So it's got a satellite backhaul. The 2 antennas with the yellow on them are running AT&T FirstNet. The 2 antennas running white are Verizon commercial.
Okay, so you got so it's a pair of yeah, okay.
Yes. This is transmitting 5 watts, where your commercial is only doing 2.5 watts.
Okay.
I've got 70 hours of runtime on the generator. It is a fully air-conditioned system, so it keeps the electronics cool when I close these doors. There's an AC system that's running to keep the electronics cool. It's mil-grade spec rated. The satellite will self-level regardless of the orientation of the CRD. It's looking at Viasat 2 right now. When Viasat 3 goes active, it will transfer to Viasat 3.
So right now, if you have AT&T or Verizon, you're on this guy.
AT&T FirstNet, band 14, or commercial Verizon.
Commercial Verizon.
I've got a 2-mile bubble I've created with a cell service. I've got a 2-mile Wi-Fi bubble.
Okay.
That's running right now.
Oh, okay.
It's got a 3-hour lithium-ion battery in it that will run for 3 hours. If the battery starts to go dead, this light will start alarming, and it will be an audible device.
Yeah.
So it tells me I'm running low and to come out here and do something.
Yeah, feed me.
To the unit.
Yeah, okay.
It mounts on the back of the vehicle and the trailer hitch system. It takes about 3 minutes to offload and about 5 minutes to load.
And you got so there's cows and there's colts and there's, what is this one?
CRD.
CRD. Okay.
Compact rapid deployable. It's built by a company in Chico called Rescue 42. I can actually run this unit not with the mast up, but with the sat running attached to my vehicle going down the road.
Oh, okay.
It is functionally able to do that.
So compared to a cow then, or a colt, what are the other ones?
So
what's
this
the
is
difference?
a lot smaller that does exactly the same thing, but in a smaller profile.
Okay. And you can drive down the road with it.
Yep, absolutely.
Wow. Okay, well, thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
Video, oh my God.
So we got a fancy, we got a formal, we got radios in here, we got all kinds of stuff.
Yep. About 21 different radios.
Hey, Tom?
This one.
So give us a tour.
Which one's the HF? Or HF?
Okay, hang on a second. We got radio, we got how many radios? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So this is our county radio. We have 2 county radios that we use for dispatch and such. Then we also have some Motorola radios for 440. Each one is labeled the bands. This is UHF.
So instead of having a radio with a tuning knob or a scanner, you've got individual radios all running in parallel.
Individual radios for each of the bands. We have Marine Band, we have Aircraft, we have HF right here. We can deploy an HF antenna outside.
Okay.
We have UHF, VHF. We monitor our W6RGG repeater.
And these you basically be using all headphones with these things,
Yes.
because otherwise it'd be ridiculous.
Chaos. Then we also have CHP. We can monitor that. And we also have business band that we can use. SAR for search and rescue. We can
And we got some kind of power distribution in the back here.
power distribution. That's where the generator is. We have a generator on board that runs off the diesel tank.
AC circuit breakers on the right, DC on the left.
Okay.
And we have a video camera, which right now is super zoomed in.
Zoomed in on what?
It's on some
What are we
trees,
looking
it
at
looks
here?
like.
There we go. And a little joystick, you can move it around.
I think it's.
Because we're in the trees. That's why.
I think it's broken.
It's a little on the
Back it out and
Move it
on
in.
to one side or the other.
And you got air conditioning.
We got air conditioning.
Yay.
We need today.
No, it's not that bad.
So we can deploy this thing, to places where we need to provide relay points, or we can even use it as a county dispatch. We have to dispatch was bad. We can use the county radios for that.
Oh, very good. And this is fully mobile, and it's all self-contained and.
All self-contained. We have the generator. We can survive probably about 2 to 3 days on generator power with running the diesel fuel.
But there's no food or other kind of stuff facilities in
We have a
here.
refrigerator.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a fridge. That's good.
As
So-
such as it is.
And is it, you have a porcupine outside for antennas? What are you doing outside?
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of antennas. So up there is the mast.
Okay, so we have a pneumatic mast.
Mast with the camera up there. So that's
okay.
We're looking up there.
That was
And then we can put up an HF antenna, a all-in-one vertical HF antenna.
Okay, a little pipe thing on top
Right
here.
top there.
Yeah. Okay.
A number of different antennas here just on top of the roof.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So it's on top of the roof.
We have an awning that we can deploy that we probably should deploy.
Okay. Very nice. And this is the Alameda. Alameda what?
It's the Alameda County Communication.
Very good. Okay.
So we're our race unit, and we're deployed by Alameda County Sheriff.
Okay.
So we actually work under the direction of Alameda County Sheriff.
Very good. Well, thank you.
So this is the DRT. It's affiliated with the St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Artois and the Glen Amateur Radio Society.
Okay.
On the side there.
And Glenn County is where?
We're 100 miles north of Sacramento on I-5. Willows, Orland.
Well, thank you for coming down.
You bet.
Quite a
Anytime.
drive.
Yeah.
Give us a show.
Yeah. This is our DRT, and we've got two workstations. Both have VHF, UHF at
Okay.
each station.
So a pair of
And then
laptops, basically.
laptops, and then we have a bigger monitor.
Oh, and monitors. Okay.
Yeah, and then we have a HF radio over there on that one.
Okay.
Then we have a scanner.
So you got an equipment rack over here with,
Yes, we do.
with a
So,
scanner and.
Scanner, a DMR radio.
Okay.
As well as an ICOM 7300 for HF capabilities.
I recognize that scanner. I've got one.
Yeah, yeah.
That scanner. Okay.
And so then we've got battery banks underneath the
Oh, I
desk.
see. Okay,
Yeah.
so the big boxes in the back there.
Yeah, those are battery banks. And
So
we've got,
one each. Are they parallel? Can
I
parallel?
believe there's two batteries on each side, but I could
Okay.
be wrong.
Can you tie them together? Or is there?
They're all, the system's all tied together.
Okay.
Then we've got a solar panel on the roof.
Good.
And
Probably a charge controller somewhere.
yeah, and then we can hook it in. We've got 50 amp shore power plug-in.
Okay.
If we have everything set up here, we can see what we're doing. And then we have a little microwave and a little refrigerator.
Microwave and fridge. We all need a bucket for the other parts of things, and yeah. And then the garage.
We have tools for cleanup for disaster response situations.
So it's hard to get this in the frame of view here. But we got equipment racks on both sides,
Yeah.
and a bench with a vise,
Yep.
a big vise,
Yeah.
and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So you are set up. You can be in the field for a while. You can repair stuff.
Yeah, we can do slight repairs. We have 2 generators. We've got an air compressor. We're pretty well self-contained.
There's the compressor on the ground down there.
That's behind you, underneath the work.
Then what's this down here?
That's the generator.
Oh, generator. Okay. So, oh, there's the compressor. Yeah, there we go.
So, yeah, so it has been deployed after wildfire. It was deployed to the Paradise area after Paradise fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was fairly new then. Yeah, so we have, like, you know, leaf blowers.
Oh yeah, all
that
kinds of
kind
tools.
Stuff. Yeah.
Looks like you raided Home Depot at one point.
Yeah, I think they did.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You bet. You're
Very
welcome.
Good. So we can't not put you on film here.
Don't forget to sign in.
Oh my, it's even levitating.
Stop by and get
It's levitating on top.
Those are my brainwaves. It's heating up.
I guess.
Come sign in and say hi
show us
first.
around here. What are you doing?
Oh, okay.
Go better get my tickets. Yeah. That, what is it? The,
Oh, okay.
70?
None of the few radios in there.
So we got, what do we got?
I've got a Vero on top that I use for APRS.
That's this guy
Yeah,
up in the upper left corner, and then
the Vero.
yeah.
And then the Yaesu FTM 400.
Okay.
I put the Vero in for APRS so that I could use both bands on the.
That's the problem I've got is I only have a one-band radio. I can't do both.
This is a DC voltage converter.
So you get 13.8.
13.8.
Yeah.
13.8 volts.
Going into the rig runner.
Goes into that, and then I've got both radios running off of it.
Okay. And a couple more taps
I
right
actually
open there.
burnt up one of these. This is my second one.
The Vero, you fried it,
I
huh?
had it on high power.
Okay.
They don't want to do that.
Oh. Why do they put high power in if you can't use the high power?
I don't know. Dan burnt his up too. We both did it basically at the same time.
Just back up so I can show you here.
I
Okay.
got a new one. They swapped it out, but I got this one on medium power.
On medium power.
No more high power.
How much is high power versus medium?
I think it's 50 watts high power. I
Okay.
think medium is.
Like 10 or something?
I was just running APRS on it. I figured it wouldn't.
It's short enough duty cycle. It shouldn't be. Wow. Okay, good to know.
The antenna.
And then we got. So you have 2 radios but 1 antenna.
Well, 2 antennas.
Where's 2?
This one is a cookie sheet that's bolted to the roof rack.
Okay.
Kind of a redneck thing.
Yeah, that works.
It works. It's a mag mount.
Okay,
So
mag mount on a cookie sheet.
Yep.
And then where's the other antenna?
The other one is
Oh, it's the one up in front. Okay. So around to the front of the car. This is on the hood, lip mount on the hood.
Yeah.
And you've got the little dual band curly Q antenna.
Now I also put in a mount for the radio head overhead.
So the remote for the Yaesu is attached to the ceiling,
There's this
like a
rack that
piece of metal rack.
Metal
Okay.
Cloak makes $149.
Oh, I see.
and
Okay.
It's got Molly connections.
So
wire.
basically, you got a mounting plate across the inside of the cab and the roof,
Yeah.
and you can mount the head to that.
The whole point for this was to have a plug and play. So when I get home, I have an X50 on the roof that's set up. I plug this in. I plug in just your generic 110 outlet into that, and the power supply that's mounted in there. Turn that on, turn the switches on, and I'm back on the air.
Hi, Greg.
Hey, Jim. And Brian's also experimenting making his own battery. No, not Brian, Dawn. Using individual cells. We got all the BMS wiring. There's the BMS on top with blue tape. I guess blue tape is okay. 12 amps, 280 amp hours. That's nice. Okay, what are we doing here?
Still unpacking.
Still unpacking.
I'll be right back.
What are you unpacking?
Just bits and pieces, making it more interesting, right?
Yeah, and we got
More stuff is good.
a dipole. It's inverted V, but it's inverted the other way. It's low at the bottom, low in the middle, and high in the ends.
And I discovered that that thing is super sensitive to height.
Real? Okay.
Yeah. So if you tune it right and you think you're going to be at a quarter wave up,
Yeah.
you want to lower it a little bit. So where you want the quarter wave to be is kind of at the tip of the inverted V.
Okay.
So then it works perfectly.
So quarter wave to where the feed point is, basically.
No, a quarter wave to where the tip.
Where the
of
tips are.
Yeah, where the tips
Oh,
are. Yeah,
tips,
so you
okay.
want to lower it.
Oh, okay, I get it. Interesting.
Yep. Yeah, and that,
Is that a commercial antenna, or is it something you built?
It's a Chinese thing I found. So yeah, well the stand is mine, but the antenna is AliExpress.
AliExpress, yeah. Okay. And then a proverbial go kit.
Then the very go kit here.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay, I'll come back when you get out set up here. I promise to come back.
Okay.
Now that you're set up.
Now you're back.
Yeah.
So
what do you got?
What do you got? Okay. So I tried to make a box where I could take everything in one go and not have to disconnect or connect anything when I get out in the field. So this box has everything I need. Power, it's got the computer built in, it's got the radio, both of them. So there's a 162 6-meter Zygo here, and then a tri-band VHF UHF radio right there.
Zygo's on the right. The rig here's what is it?
That's a QIT 7900. Yeah.
Little guy.
Little guy. Yeah. So that's 25 watt.
Good Lord.
Tri-bander. Yeah.
It's almost as big as an HT.
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much it.
You said it's 25 watt?
Yeah, puts out 20. Well, on the paper, I would say 20 if you measure it, but yeah. So,
and then below it is the tuner?
So this is a power amp.
Oh, power amp. Okay.
It's 100 watts out. It actually built-in tuner in this one also.
Okay.
It's got another tuner built in. So yeah, so this kit has everything I need. I just flip it up and connect an antenna, and then I can be on the air in the park or wherever I need to be.
And
so
power
this is what I'm using. Power is built in. So there's a 20 amp hour lithium underneath.
Okay, underneath there. Okay.
Yep, which keeps me going for 5-6 hours of normal playing around. There's also there are plugs on the side here and some plugs for charging. So I do have a solar panel, which is useless right now, but I do have a solar panel so I can go into the evening with the full battery, basically.
Very nice.
Yep. So yeah, that's the kit. Gets me into all the modes, and I don't have to mess with any connectors.
Very good. Yeah. Sunny California, we got clouds. For the video, what do we got? Explain.
Well, the antenna.
No.
It's a,
okay.
Scorpion antenna.
So when people say drill the hole, they aren't kidding. You've got about a 3-inch hole in the roof.
5-inch hole.
5-inch hole in the roof.
Everybody wants to know how, why, what do you do when it rains?
Yes, what do you do when it
I
rains?
went to a plumbing store and got a 5-inch drain plug.
Drain plug.
And you just put it in there.
Okay.
Turn it down. And
So
no big deal.
instead of mounting the screwdriver antenna off the back of the car, you just put it inside the cab and ran it through the roof. Not a screwdriver. What is it? What is it? A screwdriver antenna? What kind of antenna?
It'll 6 through 80.
6 through 80.
Yeah.
And then you got
The antenna that's on there now is probably a little bit better for like 40 and 80.
hard to see. It's a little butterfly thing.
But I have just a straight mask for it also.
Okay.
But this one works really well for 40 and 80, and it'll do other bands too.
And then,
but here I've got a Kenwood 710G for 2 meters, 440, and any WinLink communications.
That's a nice APRS radio.
And then we've got a Yaesu 891.
Okay.
That will also do digital communications. And I've got an EcoFlow battery.
Okay, yeah.
endless power supply, basically.
Right, yep.
I can run the coffee maker, microwave, a heater. I can run anything I want off of that.
You have solar panels?
Right now I have this power supply plugged in and running as just a regular 120 power supply.
So can you recharge it from solar?
This will recharge off of solar panels. You can even go to an electric vehicle station on the road and charge these up.
Level 2? Okay. Nice.
I usually use, this is the small one.
Okay.
If I'm going camping, I have a big one, and it's 3.6 kilowatts of power. It actually has built-in Anderson power pole plugs.
Okay.
So with that, I can go camping for a week. It'll run an entire RV. So with me
could you charge my car at the end of the line there?
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool, yeah.
Okay. Well, very good. Thank you.
Sure.
Tour? What do you have? What do you have?
Well, I have a Kenwood TM 331A 220.
Okay.
And the Yaesu CR89, or it's a FT8900, which is 2 meters, 6 meters, 10 meters, and 440. And then a 7300 for all the HF.
Everything else, yeah. Laptop, so you're running WinLink. That, we got your information sheet. Very nice. So this is for mountaintop kind of stuff, or what do you do with it?
What do I do with it?
Yeah.
Well, if I'm camping, I go out and do.
Just have a radio with you when you're camping.
Have a 4-wheel camper, so generally go off-road. Go find a nice, Forest Service road and go up a mountain. And
very good.
Out at the top and make contacts. It's
okay.
kind of fun.
So that's your antenna back there.
That's a 220.
220. Oh, 220. Okay. Okay. Very good. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Hi.
So for the video, show us what you got.
Well, these are grab-and-go kits. They are very versatile because they can take any kind of radio that'll fit in a commercial faceplate.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And these happen to be Motorola's, so these are all Motorola's. It features the David Clark equipment. You can use daisy chain cords and plug them all together for one operator or 2 operators. You have 2 jacks.
Okay.
And signal light to call a messenger, deliver a paper message because the operator can't abandon their station.
Okay. Oh, good. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. So commercial bands, or is it ham, or what?
It's right now. It's everything. Some other folks that came here said these are not amateur radios.
Right. That's what I was at. Yeah.
They're commercial.
It's commercial, right?
And the reason that is sometimes we use these to support Air Force auxiliary search missions.
Okay.
And the equipment has to be NTIA compliant.
Right. Oh, I see. Okay.
Amateur gear is not.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay.
Now, it's more difficult to program. It doesn't have the versatility in the field of fiddling with it.
Right.
All the channels have to be pre-programmed.
Right, with a laptop or something, you got a cable in? Okay. Okay.
Using CPS programming software.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. What do you got here? And here we have N6TWW's truck. The sign says stuff is inside. Ah, this is the inside. Okay. IC 7000, TM71, power block, lots of wires and switches. Very good. What's up front? And there's the business end. So you can see how to run everything. We got center console with the heads of the radios and displays. Nicely labeled. Okay, got quite a truck here. Back of the truck with a couch. Now that is nice. We got
shack on a mountaintop for 20 years. And then
an antenna going all the way up.
One day I was like, I'd like to buy that.
And it looks like an end-fed junction box way up at the top there. Coax hanging down. Oh, I see. There's the end-fed antenna. We just need to string it out to a tree. And that's coming into... Aha. Oh, I like this steering wheel mount. We have a table that hangs off of the steering wheel. It's just cantilevered out from the steering wheel. That is clever. And there's the radio. Very good.
How you doing?
Video for the club website.
Oh, good deal.
Who are we talking to?
Excuse me?
Who are we talking to?
Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Very nice.
They've got a special event going this week. He's calling me now.
Yeah.
Are you still there?
Kilo 6 Lima Bravo Papa Mobile.
Okay, I think there are two of you actually. Okay, let me do Kilo Bravo 7 Foxtrot Mike.
Okay.
Yes, I got a scanner down here, a BCT 15X. And then I've got the HF and the UHF VHF as well. Then I've got a 220 radio over here also.
Yeah, I got you at about a 5, 7 to 8. But like I said, more importantly, I have you.
Well, I'll let you make your contact. And are you with this group here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Colorado County Amateur Radio Club.
Okay. Very good.
And here's the club table for the El Dorado County ARC.
So give us a tour for the video.
Well, this is my military communications shelter, and it has HF, VHF, and a scanner, and a commercial VHF radio in it. And it has a 600 watt inverter for AC power, and a 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery for running the 12 volt side.
Okay.
And then here is a 40-foot spider beam pole.
And up we go with the pole.
And I will hang a dipole off the top of that.
Okay.
With ladder line.
Okay, so it's in sections then. You just push them up.
It telescopes way up. I have it mostly all the way collapsed right now, just for demonstration.
It's just on the receiver there,
and
okay.
It's on the receiver here, and I have a little stabilizing jack because originally I designed it to go in a regular car trailer hitch or truck trailer hitch, but you can't use the commo shelter with it, so I made the L bracket so I could use it with the commo shelter.
Okay.
And then over here I've got an AB155 military mast with a tripod.
Okay.
And then the extra sections are here. You can go up about 25 or 30 feet, but it should be guide also.
Yeah,
and you can hang a fairly substantial antenna off of this if it's guide.
Okay. Now, it must get warm in there.
Yes, I still haven't figured out the AC situation yet, but that's on the list.
Okay. Very good. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, back of the car. Laptop.
Yeah, it took
very nice.
a while to put it all together.
With the seat.
I got it. It was
And just this little back shelf here. You can open the back of the car up, set out your operating position, and just fold it back up when you're done. Nicely done. Oh, and in the antenna we have a wheel stabilized mast going all the way up.
I take off that.
It's like about maybe 30 feet or something.
I take off.
Nice.
And then all the other antennas stay on.
Anybody who knows me knows that I like collecting toys, finding out how they work, and then figuring out later how I'm going to use them. And so, some of these things are just examples of things that I'm interested in learning about, and then once I do it, I hopefully will remain interested in it and do it.
So speaking of toys, give us a little tour here.
Okay, where would you like? You want to start on this end here?
Sure.
Okay, this is a radio direction finder, a fox hunting device based on an arrow antenna, a malachite or malachite SDR, offset attenuator, and a 60 dB step attenuator.
Okay.
Why do I have so much attenuation? Because I can actually get within a couple of feet of a, say, 1 or 2 watt transmitter and still dial in enough that I can see exactly where it is. Because as you know, fox hunts, you can get a little...
It gets, yeah.
So can get a little tricky where they are hidden.
The fox hunt that we just had last month, I have a similar situation. I had this thing, had the attenuator all the way down. I still had to put another 16 dB of loss on mine before I can even keep it in range.
When I drove up to that site last month, we were operating with a higher power.
Yeah, it was 1 watt. Yeah.
Box. It was a fairly decent sized antenna on it, so it was putting out a lot of power, and that's kind of what made it more difficult.
Yeah.
And had we just gone out only with a directional antenna and a radio, you would have been overwhelmed when you were within 1,000 feet.
Yeah, never would have found it.
So I rolled off the attenuator 4 megahertz, and then I brought in about 60 dB and 4 megahertz of offset to do the final 50 feet.
Yeah, okay.
And the reason we all tied was because
it was a mad dash.
There was a man younger than I that could run faster than I could. That was able to see where this was pointed to make it over there first.
It was a photo finish last month. That was fun. That was fun.
Now moving down.
Yeah, now if you had this though.
Now this here is a Kraken SDR. Kraken SDR is a 5-channel coherent receiver that is locked to a local oscillation, and then it uses a Raspberry Pi 4 to manipulate the data, and then you use the easiest way to do it is use a cell phone to create a hotspot. The Pi 4 finds the hotspot, and then it takes the GPS signal off of the phone, and it will give you mapping directions for radio direction finding right on the face of your phone. Testing of this will show that if you are approximately 5 miles away from a transmitter, within a minute and a half of driving half a mile parallel to the signal, you will have enough bearings for certainty to know where that signal is.
Wow. And then
it will delete out multipath. And what you're looking at right now, this is called the Arrow Kraken. New item that was just brought out by Arrow a few months ago. And so it has 5 driven elements feeding the 5 RTL SDR dongles.
Wow.
Essentially, well, on a single board.
Okay, so that didn't come with the Kraken. That's a separate.
That's separate. So this is what a lot of people do. They will have the magnet mounts.
The 5 mag mount.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you would have a little wheel on Etsy. You can get one that has little spaces already so you can drop your antennas in it. Or you can just print a template to say, okay, these antennas have to be this far apart and this relationship to each other to make the star pattern.
1, 2, 3, 4, you number them. Yeah. So this is, there's not a wind loading, you don't drive with this, do you?
You know, I probably would never, not probably, I would not take this on the freeway.
Okay, yeah.
But definitely for around town, I'm going to go ahead and mount this in a hitch mount on the back of my truck.
Okay.
Keep it, probably just about cab height, and be able to drive surface streets without any problem.
Okay. So I tried.
This is going to be a lot easier than putting little magnets on a mount on a roof every time I want to use it.
Yeah. You could. I guess you could do that on top of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beauty of this now is a just released software, so if you have multiple people working together, these will take a reference signal off of the satellite, put many systems into synchronization with each other, and they provide a free server that you can report your Krakens back to. So multiple Krakens can report to a single server and have frequency agility.
Wow.
Frequency agile.
And then they'll coordinate on, like, for a wide area fox hunt or something, or jammer or whatever.
Even if you were looking for a jammer, if you had 3 or more of these mounted around and they were all pointed at the same server and you had an agreement with each other to share usage of this with permission, you could then dial up what frequency your jammer's on, and within 500 milliseconds, this will give you a bearing without certainty. It wants 500 points of reference before it will say it's certain that that's where it's coming from. And that's what eliminates reflections, refractions, other things like that.
Yeah. Wow. Very nice.
Let's see, and then right over here, we have the Optron mount. And this is just a AZEL telescope mount. They are selling for about $400 on B&H Photo. The neat thing about these is that they come with libraries for ASCOM and with HamLib. So HamLib will control your radios for your Doppler, and it will also control the positioning of the antennas.
Very nice.
The final solution that I'm coming up with this right now is just horizontal and linear, 2 meter 440. Next step will be to integrate some phase, so I can select phase through the software as well.
Okay. And you can just prop your DSLR on top there and just get a shot of it as you go?
The other day when I was aligning it, it was as simple as putting it down, making sure that my head was level, and then say, go to sun. It spun around, pointed at the sun, and I just looked down the boom and made sure that it was not shadowing, that it was just shadowing itself. It was aligned.
Yay.
So, and then the final thing here is, this is my newest toy. This is a 220 amp hour LiPo 4
That's a
battery.
big battery.
It is. It's heavy.
But still, it's 220 amp hours.
Yeah. We operated the California QSO party on a 200 amp hour battery. Had about a 35% overhead threshold for operating that entire contest. Running 100 watts at approximately 70% cycle. So I got this so basically I can go out and run a contest for an entire weekend. Because here in California, we can't run internal combustion engines in the woods during the summer anymore. They're banning it. And so we can't go out there with our Honda generators or anything. And I love portable operating. And so to be locked out of the woods just because I don't have power. I used to plug into the RV, but RV batteries, you have to make a choice whether I want lights and a fan in the bathroom or to run radio the whole weekend. And when you take your wife along, it's nice to have some creature comforts left in the RV.
Definitely.
If you have any questions, I'm AI6US, and thanks, Greg.
Thank you. Looks like we've got a HF loop antenna on a tripod.
7300 in the console over there. That's pretty much.
This one?
No, over this truck over here.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
It's got a 7300. It is.
Whose is this?
Mine. This is mine.
Jim, what do you got?
This is a HF mag loop antenna. It's good for 60 watt CW, the 60 watt sideband or 30 watt CW. This thing, tune it by rotating this knob here, and you basically listen for a peak in noise.
Oh, okay.
This one here goes all the way to the vehicle.
Yeah? Oh my God, okay.
It's a battery box, so I've got
box on the floor.
a little palm top over here. It's a palm top PC.
Okay.
Running all my digi modes.
We got to talk about palm tops. I got a better one.
This is an Icom 746.
Okay. Yay.
Yeah, and the SWR on this thing, so when it's dialed in, I can just pick this up, give it a little power. Whiskey 6, Juliet, Charlie, Zulu. Whiskey 6, Juliet, Charlie, Zulu. We're within 2 to 1 SWR.
Yeah.
We're dialed right in. That's basically that is there, and super portable, very easy to set up and take down.
Yeah, very nice.
So that's what I got.
And then VHF?
That's my VHF, UHF amp.
Okay.
Kenwood TMD 710GA in there.
Okay.
It's wired
the 710, yeah.
It's wired into a distribution block. One other end goes up to my dash cam.
Dash cam, okay.
That's what I got.
Okay, very nice.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yep.
Give us a tour. Give us a tour. What do you got?
Okay.
For the video.
I have my Go box here. Power supply, Kenwood 281, and then I have right now I'm plugged into the battery box, which is an 18 amp lithium.
Okay.
The power supply fits down in the bottom of the ammo box. Throw the cables in, and then the radio goes upside down.
I got a friend who's coming by
on top.
Okay.
You close it up, and away I go.
Off you go, yeah.
Now, right now I have a small whip for an antenna.
Okay.
In the car, I don't think it would work that well, but
No.
if I'm out on the table, I can hit any repeater in the valley.
Very good.
Just about any. So, but if I need something better, I've got a mag mount. I've got a Slim Jim roll-up J-pole. I can put on an extended pole. And I've got a Fong antenna, which is mounted in a white plastic tube. And it fits on top of a 12-foot painter pole.
Okay. Very good.
So that would give either of those would give me a lot more range if I needed it.
Okay. Thank you. For the video, what do we got?
Well, we've got two man-pack portable rigs for off-grid emergency.
Okay.
They're designed for digital primarily, but you can operate them in single sideband also.
And by man-pack, you mean stuff you put on your back?
Yeah, you could put them in these backpacks. They fit in, either one of these rigs fit in there.
Okay.
They both operate off. They need an interface from the computer.
Laptop, okay.
This one's running off of a Raspberry Pi. It's got Dave Slaughter's Ham Pie Suite running on there. And it's got a satellite dongle to maintain.
For GPS, yeah?
It's for
and for time.
The
for time, yeah.
Yeah. And I've got ferrite all over it because I have a problem with the common current issue with this particular radio operating on 40 meters in high duty.
And the radio is a, what is that?
It's a Zygoot.
Zygoot, yeah, okay.
So I have to boot this thing up into Unix in order to SSH into the Pi.
You can SSH from Windows. Windows will do an SSH too. I mean, I prefer Linux, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just get.
Then I wouldn't have to learn Linux, right?
So the Pi to deal with. Yeah, just you open up the CMD, the command prompt,
right.
SSH, off you go. Yeah, works fine. Then you got another one.
This one's designed to sit back here, so it's
oh, I see. Okay.
Over the screen.
Yeah.
It's got both of these have got lithium iron phosphate batteries with the built-in solar charge controllers that I can.
And yes, solar panels in the back there. Okay.
Yeah, this is a home-built battery pack with a 12-volt battery in there.
Now this one using copper pipe.
This one's using copper too.
This is PVC.
Is Schedule 80 furniture PVC.
Which do you prefer?
I haven't decided.
Really?
This one was probably easier to put together.
Yeah.
This one's got a smaller form to it, so.
Okay. And
maybe more efficient.
Grounding and that kind of stuff may be better? Or it doesn't matter?
I don't think it matters. This one's got an option, a QRO option with this outboard amplifier.
Okay, okay.
And this is just a relay buffer switch to protect the circuitry.
Ah, okay. Yeah. And then you got just a tripod.
Yeah, this is like a buddy pole configuration. I just put vertical
okay, and
antennas,
little antenna on top
with different resonators.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I can tune it with the counterpoise wire. I just pull it out to the length.
Oh, okay.
And have an antenna analyzer on
Just
the
have it
coax.
spooled up there.
Yeah.
Haha. Very nice. And each of them has a battery of its own.
Yep.
So they're all self-contained.
Yep.
And the laptop, of course.
This one actually has 2 batteries. It's got a power cell back here that's dedicated to the Raspberry Pi.
Oh, okay.
Just to redundancy.
Yeah, they don't draw much.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.